Hi, today from Bratislava, from Slovakia. Today in the series about history of money, we will be talking about coins. Where do coins come from and what does it have to do with Bratislava? You will find out after a short break. See you in a couple of seconds. Coins and coinage. Who invented coins as money? Where did first coins appear? Where and when did first coins appear? We have actually three systems of coinage, or three technologies of coinage that were invented more or less simultaneously in the same time, in the 7th age BC. The most primitive system, the first system, was invented in China. They didn't use precious metals. They used bronze, they used copper. These were just primitive metal plates with a hole in the middle, so they could put a rope through the coins and gather, let's say, 100 coins and put them as chain around the neck or around your wrist, so they could transport the coins more easily. They could somehow group the coins more easily. So this was the Chinese technology. The other technology, the more advanced technology that was invented at the same time, was the technology in India. They used metal plates that they punched in order to more or less cut out coins, more or less circular coins from these plates. And the rest they melted again and used for the new plate, and then they punched the new plate again and so on. So this was the Indian technology. And then we have the most advanced European technology, and that technology was invented in Lydia. So the technology of coinage, of minting coins in, let's say, the European style, was invented in Lydia in 7th century BC. It was invented by the king Alyattes II. This was the second last king of Lydia, and his son, that you may know under the name of Croesus, was the beneficiary of this new technology of coins, of money, of countable money, because one of the qualities of money is the measure of value. And if you have coins, you can actually measure the value, count the value. And in many cultures, in many European cultures, the name croesus is a synonym to rich man. Croesus means rich man in many languages in Europe. Why is it that? Because Croesus, at his time, the king Croesus, which was the last Lydian king who lost against Persians, that was conquered by Persians, he had the image of being extremely wealthy, the richest guy in the world, in the Western world at that time. Of course, there were richer people, who had larger kingdoms. But the thing was that they didn't have the technology of money, of coins, so they couldn't count their wealth. They couldn't, let's say, translate their wealth into numbers, and they were these Persian emperors who had large kingdoms, large empires, were more mighty and had more palaces, more land, and so on, but they couldn't count their wealth. Croesus invented money, or his father invented money, and they could count the wealth in the numbers of these coins. How many coins do they own? They could translate every every item, every possession, every asset they had, into number of coins that it could be bought for or could be sold for. So this is the quality of money that came with the invention of coinage, and Croesus and his father, of course, took advantage of that, and it started, so to say, let's say the first forms of economy, of capitalism economy, because you could actually somehow count the value, count the productivity, profit, whatever, right? So it was much easier if you had one unit of value that you could translate every asset to that unit. Why am I talking about that from Bratislava, from Slovak Republic? This is because the first nation, the first people who were minting coins in Middle Europe were the Celts, and they were minting it among other places here in Bratislava. These coins, you can see here sculpture of these coins. They were called biatek, most of them. They were golden and silver coins that were minted here, and they were using the same method as Romans. So they were minting them. So they were like, let's say, warming up the metal, or let's say at first melting metal, putting them in some forms, and then having a metal form that they used a hammer to print on, to mint the coins, to stamp the coin, to have a special emblem, a special hat. And what was special about at that time about the Celts, about the mint here in Bratislava, or there were several private mints, of course, were the inscriptions. They were using inscriptions, and some of them were called nonos, some of them were called biatek, and it is said probably these were the names of the rulers. All of them, they used 16 different inscriptions, 16 different rulers, Celt rulers. They were generally copies, or they have the sizes or the measures of the Roman coins. There were obolos, they were like tetradrachms, and they own coins like biatek. Of course, here you can see a 3D version of that, a 3D sculpture, but they had a shell form. They were like not really straight plates, they were more like shelves, and they were minted with the hammer to have that let's say mark of a horse rider with the tree branch and these inscriptions. And generally you can find this sculpture in front of the Central Bank of Slovakia, and here behind me you can see the TV, I guess, of Slovakia. This is, you can see, communist building. This is a very modern building, one of the highest buildings here in Bratislava. To commemorate the first Middle European coins, these biateks, the Central Bank of European Union issued a special bill with the nominal of €0 that you can see here. They issued it, I guess, 2022, and you can see these biateks are depicted here. So these are the first Middle European coins. I hope you like this video. You could learn a lot from it. If yes, give me a thumb up. If not, thumb down. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. One day they will thank you for that. I talk here a lot about money, about economy, about business, doing great impossible things in your life and business, about making money, about how the best entrepreneurs in our world think and act, how the self-made billionaires of our times think and act. I talk also sometimes about cryptocurrency, so if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.